Located in here are full lectures and notes for anyone wanting or needing a refresher in some of the early topics in calculus. Technically, a student coming into calculus should have the knowledge of both algebra and trigonometry. Some students who enter a calculus class will need a refresher of both the algebra and the trig that is in the calculus class. Good algebra skills are absolutely vital to successfully completing any calculus course, and if your calculus course includes trig, as this one does, good trig skills are also important in many sections. The intent of this review is to do a very cursory review of some algebra and trig skills that are vital to a calculus course. This chapter does not include all the algebra and trig skills that are needed to be successful in a calculus course. It only includes those topics that most students are particularly deficient in. So here's a list of topics that are in this module. We have functions, inverse functions, trig functions, solving trig functions, solving trig equations with calculators part 1, solving trig equations with calculators part 2, exponential functions, logarithm functions, exponential and logarithm equations, and common graphs. So these are all the items that are going to be in the review. Now you can pick and choose what you want to do. If you're already comfortable with some of the topics, then you don't have to do that. I just wanted to make sure that this was all in there for you. Now, the beginning of the calculus class, in chapter 1, we're going to go over functions, inverse functions, and exponential functions and logarithmic functions, which is going to be a review. But this just kind of gives you, sort of an overall review while you're going through the course. So please, take advantage of this. I do want to show you something in Canvas. So when you come in here, so for example, if you take a look at the first where it says Algebra and Trigonometry Review, when you see functions, you're going to go to the functions selection. So if you're going to go through this review, again, it says that in this section we'll cover function notation evaluation, determining the domain and range of a function, and function composition. You can download the complete notes of lecture here, so you can download that if you want, and then you can watch the video. Now again, it's all according to what you feel comfortable with. Now down here, if you look, after each video, it's going to say functions review examples and function review solutions. So I'm going to just, I'm not going to download it, but I'm going to preview the document. So again, you don't have to do all the examples. I guess if you want to, you can, but you can pick out maybe some of the examples just to feel comfortable with them. But here are the problems. So if you want to download that, you can download these problems for extra practice. And then right below that, you're going to see the function review solutions. So as you go through that, you can see what the solutions are. So for part A, you're going to have your solution here. So there's detailed solutions as you go through each particular exercise. So again, choose wisely, choose, kind of what you want to do in this review. But in regards to practicing, just make sure that, that you take the time to look over this and give yourself, some good review before you start the class.